What's up, YouTube? Scotty Tradition, back with another video. Been getting some really cool autographs in the last couple weeks. If there's one area that the collection's made pretty huge advances in the last 2 years, it's vintage Packers autographs. And that's kind of been a focus of mine as I've kind of gone along with my collection. So there was a couple that came up on eBay that I just had to grab. And there were ones that I actually have doubles of now. So I had copies of them myself, but I picked them up for different reasons. And let's get into the first one here. So this is a card I already had in my collection. It's the 66 Philadelphia Leroy Caffey autograph. Was a Packers Team Hall of Fame linebacker in the 60s. And unfortunately for Mr. Caffey, he died at only age 52 back in 1994. So really did not sign a lot of stuff. And you can see this one here is signed a little bit lighter in pen, but beggars can't be choosers with Leroy Caffey's autograph. There's just not a ton out there in existence. So I was real happy to pick this up earlier this year. Just for reference, the PSA pop report is 0 for this card. So because this one is not dual authenticated, basically it doesn't go onto the pop report. So as far as I knew, this was the only one in existence at the time. But once you know, lo and behold, last month, this guy came up. And this is certified by Beckett. And just a beautiful example there. This one's a lot more bold. So now I'm the proud recipient of possibly the 2 only Leroy Caffey rookie autographs that I know about. So just a real unique opportunity to grab a card that you don't see a lot, if ever. So I have 2 of them. Perfectly comfortable keeping both of them, but I did put up this one for sale on my eBay. So if you are interested in this example here, just to have one in the collection, feel free to reach out, or you can contact me on eBay too, I guess. Or just leave me a message in some way, because I am looking to maybe move this one. I don't need 2 of them, but I am willing to move one to the right person. You know what I mean? But they're so rare, I just decided to grab another one. And I'll probably end up keeping the BGS version. You know, again, that was a card that I wasn't sure that I was ever going to find for this project. And very cool to have 2 of them come up in 1 year. And again, as of right now, the PSA DNA pop report has a big fat 0 for the pop report on those. So pretty cool. And then had another sort of similar situation come up. So this one had taken me a couple years to find for the right price. And I picked this up last year. This is the 63 Topps Willie Wood autograph. Obviously, Pro Football Hall of Fame safety for the Packers in the 60s. And this was one I picked up from a gentleman in the Slab City, Garrett's Facebook group. He had this available, gave me a shot at it. This one actually has the ticket that it was signed at, which was signed at like some kind of Veterans Hall or something in La Crosse, Wisconsin, back in the late 90s is when this was signed. So pretty cool, just cool to have a copy of Willie Wood's autograph. This is graded a 3 with a 9 auto, and the pop on this guy is 22 on the pop report, so definitely more than the Caffey, but there's also more demand for the Willie Wood, so being a Pro Football Hall of Famer, and you just don't see a lot of his stuff around. So that one I picked up last year. And this one came up recently, about a month ago, and I decided to throw an offer at it. Again, this one, I would love to get this one sent back in and dual authenticated, so it can actually get onto the pop report. But this is really cool because it's the Purple Sky variation. Another beautiful autograph. You can see this one here would be the Blue Sky. I've talked about this before on a previous video, but back in 63 Topps, the Purple Sky variation is far less common. I think it's like on a 10-to-1 basis or something like that. There was an article about it that I had read, and you just see it far less often. So honestly, I already had a Willie Wood, but I just know how scarce these are. And when I was able to get it for a good price with a Purple Sky, I just had to take that chance. So probably gonna keep both of these just because they're variations, and it's really cool to have an example of each. Willie Wood passed away in 2020. He was in his low 80s when he passed, but he didn't sign a lot. for at least the last decade or so of his life. He had advanced dementia and had an autopsy after he passed away, and had I think stage 4 CTE from repeated head trauma. So poor Willie Wood probably wasn't living the greatest the last 10 plus years of his life, unfortunately, due to the trauma when he played. So really great to find another example of a Packers legend. Just perfect for my collection. I do have another interesting pile of stuff here that I'm going to save for another video, because I'm still waiting on some stuff to come in, so I will talk about that when it happens. But that's all I got for you. Just want to discuss those two autos, and man, I've been really finding some great vintage Packer autos, just perfect for the collection. Actually sold a few cards last week, of all things. Just trying to trim the collection a little bit, and I put up one card for a pretty high price, is what I thought, or best offer, and it ended up selling like immediately. And a gentleman didn't even offer me a price. He just took it for the price that I had listed. So that was kind of cool. Listed about 5 or 6 cards. I've already sold 2 of them. So I'm going to leave them sit on eBay for a little bit. I might talk about them on my next video if I get a chance to, just to see if anybody that follows this channel would be interested. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys are doing well, and we'll talk to you again soon.